Hi, I'm Betsy Ross's lesser-known cousin, Susan.
Hello, and I'm a working-class, all-American white male, Jgluum.
And welcome to the Victory Lap, where we'll be discussing the most recent episode of Season 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race. You may be wondering why I've gathered you all here today.
We're going to steal the U.S. Constitution.
So much like last week, we already knew that there was going to be a Paul over this episode because...
Who's Paul?
Not RuPaul. Not Paul Blart.
We all knew there would be a RuPaul over this competition. Because that Kraken done left the competition.
You can wear that.
Jaunty.
Once again, nobody loves puppets. We're in the top 4 and nobody freaking loves puppets. So there's no mini challenge, but the girls were tasked to write lyrics that will be for RuPaul's American in the same vein of Kitty Girl, of Category Is, and the Todrick Hall will be choreographing. I feel like Todrick was 1000% less vicious than he was the last time we saw him.
Yeah.
Like, the last episode that he was in, it was a lot like that moment with Jenna Maroney where she's like, I'm gonna give you some constructive criticism. You should kill yourself.
Yeah, he definitely balanced it out where he was harsh, but he also laughed and he joked around with them, which I don't know if they just edited all that out of the last time, if Todrick was having a bad day, or they got a look at the rough cut and they were like, Todrick, you need to be nicer.
You know, I realized I forgot my sight gag. We're doing lyrics for RuPaul's American. That's the whole reason why I had this. All that choreography being discussed, Aquaria got the best one.
Aquaria got Katrina. She got the Katya Read You Wrote You choreography. But to be fair, Aquaria is the strongest dancer
Absolutely.
of the group. My hat.
The whole number was really nicely bookended with starting with Aquaria and ending with Cameron, who really, I think, embraced that idea of making America gay again by doing the rainbow fringe. Like, she really embraced that idea, and Cameron was really great with the dancing. She was really great with her lyrics and the hand geometry that she was given. The two of them were really nicely bookended, where I was a little disappointed with Asia, if I'm being completely honest, because I thought she was gonna be able to do better.
I think because you were so distracted by how badly she miffed the vocals in the share challenge, you didn't notice that she also clodhoppered her way through that
Yeah,
dance.
I think I just kind of zoned out during the whole share challenge. I didn't understand why Eureka kept shaking. Like, I get doing the camp thing, like doing camp faces, but like when you're shaking, like...
Something was off for me in both Eureka and Asia's dances. Like, the dances there were not memorable. I did not feel as enraptured by them.
I thought Cameron had the best lyrics. They were certainly the most relatable out of all of them, and I thought that they really embraced the assignment.
Yes, Cameron did the best lyric-wise, and I think she did the best vocally.
Yeah, oh, she can sing so well.
Can
I would buy that album. Cameron can really, really sing, and I think that she needs to embrace that in the future.
I will give Eureka this. I really enjoyed her. Eureka, you found it. That was
cool.
Cute. It was cute. And that needs to be the intro to every show she does from now on.
And then we move on to the main stage, where they are to give us finale extravaganza. Ooh. And Aquaria was the first one to come out. And if I'm being completely honest, I was like, okay, that's cute, but it's not the most exciting thing I've ever seen. Until Asia came out in her Pan Dulce Tiffany blue dress. And then Eureka came out in the really plain dress. And then Cameron came out in the lavender, which was really pretty, but it was so simple. And I'm like, okay, Aquaria did the best.
I really loved Aquaria's outfit the second she stepped out. I liked the way she laid that wig. I thought the stars were a little hokey. I liked the way the gown sort of encapsulated Aquaria's overall aesthetic. For me personally, I will just go ahead and say I feel like Trixie set a really high bar for me with her final look for All Stars. It was something that was so beautiful and elegant and looking, but it was also really outside the norm for what she normally did while still being perfectly Trixie. And so it set a new standard for me of what I want to see in a this is your last chance to impress me gown. I need it to be something that is unlike anything we've seen before from that queen, that is almost something like I haven't seen before on the runway, but still I look at it and I say, but it makes sense for that queen. While I did really love Aquaria's outfit, it slightly missed that mark for me, but so did everybody's. I actually really loved Asia's, but I am also very much obsessed with Egypt and ancient Egyptian styling and art. Cameron is another one that I really, really liked. Unfortunately, it wasn't something very new, but it was beautiful. Eureka's was not... I appreciated the risk that Eureka's look had. I appreciated the cleverness. The book and the light bulbs, I loved that. The dress, I loved the idea of putting the Eureka and with the definition on the front and the back, so there was something to look at when she's walking up, there was something to look at as she's walking away. I loved all that. The dress, though, literally just looked like a Jersey nightgown. Like, not New Jersey, like Jersey the fabric. Looked like a Jersey nightgown. Especially next to these other 3 gowns, I felt like it really made her dress look even more basic. My biggest problem, though, was Eureka's makeup.
I hate those long spidery bottom lashes. Despise them. Final lip sync of the entire season. They had to lip sync to Call Me Rihanna. And it was an interesting choice of a song while they're all in gowns. You know, they can't really like do much.
Yeah.
But I felt like Aquaria did the most with what she could.
The interesting thing to me about the lip sync was that they literally did talking head interviews and voiceovers over almost the entirety of it. The impression I got was like, this lip sync does not matter in the slightest.
And it definitely translated that way because we have a top 4 again. And rumor is that there's a lip sync for the crown, which we both were not fans of. I think most of the fandom doesn't like the lip sync for the crown idea because it takes away that whole statistical side of it. Because when you look at the game across the board, Aquaria is the one who deserves this. And it just kind of removes the fun out of it and just makes it stressful because the person who probably deserves to win may not get to. I'm a little bummed that it didn't level out to a top 3 and that we're not bucking this lip sync for the crown thing. But it is what it is.
I mean, nobody was really truly like, no, Sasha doesn't deserve it. Like, yeah, Sasha Velour. She represents good things. It did present this situation where maybe somebody who should have been in second place didn't get to be.
Shay. The crown, depending on how everything goes, could go to someone who was in the bottom 3 times. It almost takes all of the competing out of it, and you could Jujubee your way to the top, and you could still win the crown.
I would just be getting every possible stunt I could ready. I want Aquaria to win.
I want Aquaria to win too out of the lineup.
Aquaria has proven to me that she's got potential. She's already so far ahead for a queen so young. She's already there in so many ways. Plus, she had a fantastic redemption arc throughout this where she came in the spoiled, bratty 20-something-year-old and she's taken it to a whole new level, even beyond like Violet's redemption arc over the course of Violet's season. Because even by the end, Violet, I was still a little bit like, I mean, you are so talented and your waist is so small, but you're still kind of a brat. You know what I mean? Aquaria, the Aquaria that I am seeing now is a completely different person than the start of this competition, and I love this Aquaria.
I really do too. But let us know who you are rooting for in the comments below, and we will see you all again probably in 2 weeks. I don't know if we'll talk about the reunion unless it's particularly juicy. And if it's not, then we're going to see you in 2 weeks with the finale. If it is, then we'll see you next week with the reunion. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you all then. Bye!